totally different.
Uh-huh.
This is a generation that grew up with social media, seeing what everyone has. And now they're realizing this social media is not real. They're waking up all
Oh.
of a sudden and saying, everything our parents told us and our grandparents told us, we don't need that. So they're realizing I don't need a second home anymore and a vacation home. If I want to go on holiday, I don't want to be stuck going to the same place in south of France or Tuscany or the Caribbean or America. I can go on Airbnb or One Fine Stay or VRBO or all these things. I can rent a beautiful villa anywhere in the world, the press of a button. I don't need to worry about buying a home, a second mortgage, maintenance, staff, anything. If I'm rich and I have money, cash is king. Better to have liquidity than to have debt. So they're realizing today, better to have more money. And that's why the market today has bounced back so strong compared to 2008, 2009. In 2008, people like you and me were over leveraged. We were buying and buying. We had second mortgages, homes, vacation properties. All of a sudden, interest rates went up. You couldn't repay it. Your income went down. You were screwed. So that's why today, this whole generation of Gen Z, they only have one home. Some of them don't even own a home because they're living this what's called nomadic lifestyle.
Yeah.
Today, I want to live now. I can go to Bali. I can go to Portugal. I could go to, Prague. I could go to Kiev. I could go to London. I could go to LA. I could go to New York. People today are portable. When you and I were starting out over 20 years ago, you couldn't run your business from a mobile phone or a laptop. You had to be physically in an office. You couldn't meet someone like we are now on Zoom or on a video portal and speak with someone. I'm doing road shows on Zoom without even meeting investors. And people say to me, is it a disadvantage? No, it's an advantage. Investors don't want people coming and meeting them anymore. They don't want a guy flying from London or Israel or India or Hong Kong on a plane with 400 people. Who knows what diseases or what illnesses they're going to get. They're now going to come in their office, spread germs. The guy's going to go home. His grandkids are going to get sick. And now he's not going to be able to go to Miami on holiday for Christmas time. So now you've ruined the guy's period. He'd rather just see 10 people on Zoom and say yes, no, and press a button. So my advice to Gen Z is you be happy. You're fortunate to benefit from all this technological advancement. You have all these technologies to your advantage. Use them wisely. Okay. So learn from mistakes of the past generations. Don't overspend, save. You don't need to have more than one home. So when you have that one home, buy the home that you're comfortable with and you're wise with. Don't buy a home that you're going to flip every 2, 3, 4 years. Buy a place that is your one home, own it, enjoy it, raise your family in it. Okay. Don't over borrow. It's okay to own your home without a mortgage. Don't listen to people telling you, all these people on Instagram are saying you don't need to own your home. You can use that money and make more money. Sometimes you take that money, that's your security blanket, and you can lose it. They tell you you can make money. They never tell you you can lose money, So it's great. All these, people that are, on social media claiming to be, experts at everything, but it's important to own your home and don't over leverage. Too many people I've seen lose their homes and lose their security blanket. So it's okay to spend a little bit of money. You want to have a watch, buy one nice watch. You don't need 10 watches. You want to have a nice car, buy a nice car. You don't have to buy the newest, flashiest car. You want a Ferrari, buy a 2-3-year-old Ferrari and put the rest of the money in the stock market. Save for the future and save for a rainy day, because a rainy day always comes. You might be at your prime earning power. I was making more money in my late 20s, early 30s than I am now in my late 40s. If you would have asked me 20 years ago, I would have thought for sure I'd be way more advanced. And, you learn from mistakes. I've made mistakes too with money. If I could turn the clock back in time, I would change things. Many things I would change. Do I have regrets? Yeah, I have regrets, but I'm also very happy. I've learned from mistakes. The key is learn from your mistakes. That's another important thing. It's okay to make mistakes, but learn from them.